He made his decision after quite a while of just a lot of rumors, a lot of where he people thought he should have ended up, and now you got a star team in the Sixers. So tell me a little bit about how you feel about that.
Um, my brother and I kind of feel the same way about it. We are both disappointed he didn't go to the Warriors because I think everybody wanted to see LeBron and Curry team up for a season or two. Um, but we're also happy that he didn't go back to a team like the Heat or the Cavs. I think the Sixers starting lineup is the Sixers roster in general is very deep and very good. Um, when people like initially like think about it, it's just like, oh, but like their starting five is like all that they have. But they actually have like a really good bench. They have Anthony Simons coming off the bench. They have that, I think his last name was Quenta, the big who's like in his second, third year.
Neemias Keita,
Yes,
Keita.
yeah, something like that.
Yep.
And there was one other name I couldn't remember.
They
That are
got
like good.
Contavious Caldwell Pope,
Oh, that's right.
and they got their draft pick LeBaron Philon Jr. as well.
Yeah. When you look at that starting lineup, it's gonna be Maxey, Edgecombe, Brown, LeBron, and Embiid. Which is ridiculous. I believe that Edgecombe will probably be an All Star this year. And if it's not, it's probably because the lineup is very star power. Um, but I do think if he like kind of shines through that star power, he will make the All Star team this year. And I wouldn't be shocked if all the starting five do. If Embiid plays and if like nobody gets hurt or anything. And I really think that if nobody gets hurt, well, people are gonna get hurt, but like if they're not hurt for like too long, or Embiid actually decides to play basketball, they they're definitely gonna make a run in the playoffs because now you have experience and uh age. So like you have young and old. You have actually, is Embiid old at this point?
He's in his 30s.
Is it what, his like 10th year in the league?
Yeah, I mean he's probably got this probably be his last max contract. I would imagine is
Yeah, so
probably.
I'm like two vets, and I would honestly consider Jalen Brown a vet at this point because of his experience in the playoffs and um finals. So I would consider him a vet. And then you have the Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe, who VJ Edgecombe was a very explosive player last year, very eye catching as a rookie. Maxey the past 2 3 seasons has just been phenomenal, and I really think that the five of those guys, including the guys on the bench that we had named, are really gonna fit well together. And I really think that they're gonna be able to move the ball and score. And I think the big thing is if LeBron's gonna be healthy, and if of course with Embiid. But I think Jalen Brown. I honestly feel like Jalen Brown should be the first option. Um, I would say Brown or Maxey because Maxey the past 2 3 years phenomenal, and Jalen Brown last year when before Tatum came back, he was an MVP voting for I think honestly half the season, um maybe even more than that. So I really think that he should be the number one option, because he kind of showed that he could lead a team. Um, I was not saying that Maxey or LeBron or Embiid and those guys can't, but I really think that Jalen Brown is probably the best player out of all of them currently. So um, I think Brown should take the lead on this team.
I think I have no problem with that. I don't know if it'll be him as the first option or the second option. I do think I don't honestly this type of team. I don't know that there's necessarily going to be like a hierarchy of options. I do think it's just going to be to the best of their ability. Just move the ball. The one of the five of you will be taking the shot. That's probably a pretty good option in the first place. I think one thing I would look to even consider because when I look at this team, I think a few things jump off the page to me. One, I think this will be Maxi and Brown's team for like the first 60% of the season. I think they're going to try to play Embiid as little as possible and then let Braun kind of just make the decision himself on how much he wants to play and how available he will be. I think it'll be one of those things where he's, expected to give, 25 minutes a night. And if he's got a night where he's, yeah, he wants to do 35, 40, absolutely. But I think they'll just kind of be on like a check in basis with him. Um, Let him sort of dictate that as he usually does. And then, and then I think they'll find the ball, in LeBron's hands as the point guard, going into the tail end of the season and the postseason. Um, I think LeBron's going to look to be primarily a distributor at this, especially in the first half of the season. Um, Racking up I wouldn't be surprised if he averages 12, 13 assists, and maybe 15 points or something like that. Like I don't think he's going to look to continue to keep up the scoring that's been just sort of a necessity on the Lakers teams that he's been on. Um, so I think having, the scoring power on this team where he can become more of a facilitator and just focus on, leadership and bringing the other guys along and getting everyone involved, I think that'll be good. And then I also think the first thing that jumps out to me is 3-point shooting, and I know Edgecombe can hit them. Maxi's a fairly decent 3-point shooter. I mean, I know Embiid can shoot the three. I prefer when he's, you know, from the mid range and closer. Um, Obviously, and then same thing with LeBron. He's like a 36%, 37% 3-point shooter or whatever. And so I think they have a lot of guys that can hit the three. I think they're missing maybe some key, just straight up shooters. And so as silly as it might sound, I wouldn't be shocked at all if Caldwell Pope or someone else finds their way into that starting role, and Edgecombe moves to the bench as their 6-man sort of engine off the bench. And honestly, that's not like who knows how someone will take it or even if that'll be a possibility. But if that were to happen, if you're Edgecombe, I don't think you can possibly look at that as a demotion or anything like that. I mean, this is a team that is trying to win a championship this year. um, so yeah, I mean, outside of that, I think it'll be really exciting. I think they have the defensive um, personnel. LeBron's a good defender. Jalen Brown's a great defender. Um, Edgecombe is, I think, very capable defender. I think he could be excellent. I don't think he's there just yet, but I think he's getting there. So ultimately, I really like the pieces here. I think the main thing is going to be shooting. I think they got a lot of guys that can go get their own shots and score inside and slash and get to the rim. Um, so just maybe some perimeter shooting. But other than I mean, like you said, I think they'll make a run in the playoffs for sure, and I think it'll be a really exciting team to watch.
Yeah, I kind of hope that they win the championship just so that, Braun gets his fifth, right? Yeah, fifth. Um, and people like so people think, Jordan's the GOAT, people think LeBron's the GOAT. For the people that think that Jordan is the GOAT, I feel like if LeBron wins this championship this year, yes, it's his fifth, but it's also going to depend on how he played with all those other guys around him. Like, obviously, he's not going to just be like, like 8 points per game. Like, that's just not going to happen. He's going to be like a role player. I don't think he's going to be a star player. He's not going to be a superstar. I feel like he's got to realize that he can't play 40 minutes a game like he was able to. He's got to realize that he can't have the ball in his hands at all times. I feel like he has to come to the decision of whether or not he's gonna like fully be a role player and fully like I feel like that's the point where he's at in his career, especially with the team around him at this point. Now, when like subs come in and if it's like him and Embiid, then yeah, LeBron's the number one option in that case. Um, but I feel like he really has to just think about it and go, I'm not 32 anymore. I'm not, you know, as athletic. I'm not as, um, oh my God, not as
Well,
young.
I would, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I would push back on that a little bit and say I think he's been trying to do that the last 3 to 4 years. If you
I,
look at if you look at the way, I mean, he's been trying to do that since they traded for Westbrook. Like the whole point of trading for Westbrook was so that Westbrook would be the offensive engine, and it just didn't work out. And then he let Reeves run the offense as much as humanly possible until the playoffs, and then it's not his fault that Reeves was absolutely atrocious the last 3 years in the playoffs. And then the most recent year, which was supposed to be the run it back year, Doncic was hurt and out. So I don't think there was. I think he's been begging for somebody else to take the reins of the offense the last 4 years, and I think that's a large part of why he knew he wasn't when he saw Rob, Pelinka. What's the offseason plan? He's like, yeah, I'm not going to be a part of this, but that's because he doesn't want to be. Like, I don't think he has to look in the mirror. I think he chose the Sixers for a very obvious reason, which is that this is Maxi Brown and Embiid's team, and I'm one of the, top guys still in the league, and I can bring a lot to a team to get them over the edge.
mhm.
But I'm, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I think LeBron would love to average 12 assists and 11 points this season and have a real shot at competing for a championship.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I feel like it's just been kind of hard for LeBron to kind of want to be a role player at this point because of, the injuries and all of that. Um, like, Luca, I feel like last year was the biggest like showing of it. And the year before Luca, I think with Reeves, that really showed that, he's kind of done and he can't do what he used to be able to do. Um, I do think he will be one of the best role players in the league next year. Um, just because of his basketball IQ is very very high, and his playmaking for his position is one of the best in the league. Um, and I really think that that team is gonna bond well. And I saw a post on Instagram today. Maxi and LeBron are already in the gym getting workouts done. So um,
Well, it depends. Like, how are we going to define role player? Like, if I had to guess, I'd say he's probably going to average like 19, 7, and 7 or something on this team this year.
I would. I don't think he's gonna
Like,
average around 20. I set the baseline for him at like at least like 14 points a game.
I think, I mean, he up until 2 years ago, he had, pretty much 18 straight years of 27, 7, and 7. And then you saw him not really care about the scoring anymore unless it was a necessity. Um, and there's not even the 10-point a game streak anymore. So like I don't think the scoring matters. I think just by virtue of who he is, maybe 17, 9 and 9 or whatever, but like if there or 17, 8 and 9 or whatever the case may be, I don't, but like if that's a role player, I mean that's the best role player in the league
Hmm.
by by a pretty wide margin, I would say. Um, but then those are like Norman Powell numbers. But then it's
Hmm.
like, is Norman Powell a role player? He's kind of supposed to be the third option now on the Heat. So like, I don't think you would call. So I mean, it depends. He's certainly not the a top 5 player in the league,
Well, the way that
but
I
he's
think about
not.
it is that
Is he
Le-
outside of the top 20?
LeBron is a role player on a superstar team, which mean to me means that he would be a star on any other team. Like he's still going to be a
Yeah.
star, but because of the star power on that team, he's a role player. But on any other team, he's a star.
Mm. Yeah, I can see that cuz like he'll definitely have to fit a role. I think it's a role he wants to take though as a distributor. I think he just wants to find easy shots for everyone else. I think he believes in those guys' ability to hit the shots and their ability to play together. And I also think the other thing is like I don't think Maxi's like best part of his game is passing. And so like realistically, like he's always been the guy to bring it up. And obviously you want the ball in Maxi's hands, but if he's the two guard and LeBron can play point and just run pick and rolls and Spain actions and double drags and whatever the hell you want to, run with him, Maxi, and Embiid. Um, like I think that, and Jalen Brown too, obviously. So I think the bigger interest to me is just seeing sort of how it all comes together, and what type of offense and defense they're going to run. Um, but yeah,
All right. Is there anything else you want to touch up on about the off season? Oh, summer league. We had to. I want to talk
yeah,
about summer league for a second. Um, I think it was a fairly good summer league. To be like, I'm not obviously it's not like like I'm locked in on every single game. Um, but for the games I did watch and what I've seen on social media and stuff, um, Acuff, Caleb Wilson, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Nets fan, but honestly, Michael Brown Jr. were and Cameron Carr from the Lakers to me were the biggest like were like the people I want to watch most and the people who to me performed the best. Um, I think Caleb Wilson easily was the best player in that summer league. From I think he played 3 4 games, but he averaged like 30 over those 4 games. Um, he played phenomenal, and if I was a Bulls fan, I would be stoked because he's really good, and I'm honestly excited to see him play in the league. Um, and I do think summer league is not like he's playing against LeBron and he's scoring 40 on LeBron. He's still playing technically against like his level of opponents, and but for what he did, I wasn't shocked, but I wasn't just like oh yeah no that's normal, like and then Acuff he played the most games I think out of everybody. I think he played every single game, maybe besides like the last one. Um, he was really good. People were like shocked about how good he was, and I really don't know why. I mean, he was a bucket in college, and he definitely has like a mentality of a vet at this point. Like he was mad, like he missed like maybe 8 shots, and he was mad about it. And he still scored like 22 points. He was mad about it, and I feel like I mean it's a good mentality and I like how he's approaching the NBA coming out of college. And he played great in the summer league. Um, but I feel like he's taking it very like hard. Um, there's no reason to be like having a Kobe mindset in your rookie season. To me, like rookie season to me, it's like like the first like 2 3 weeks to me, like a rookie mindset should just be like a feel out. Like that is your time to adjust to the league. And he's not adjusted yet, I don't think, because he's like really challenging himself and putting so much pressure on himself where I think he might crumble in the league where like he goes too hard where I hope he doesn't go too hard and get injured. Um because he's a really good player. He's very explosive and I'm pretty sure his comparison was Allen Iverson, and if you watch, you could kind of see the comparison there between the two guys. Um, but then moving on to who else did I think I said Michael Brown. He was great. I think I watched like two of his games. Um, I was I wasn't too familiar with him before he got drafted. Um, but I didn't realize how good of a passer he was. He's a decent shot creator and a good decent shot maker. Um, I was shocked. I think one guy I also want to touch up on is Yegor Demon, from the Nets. I I really like him. I wasn't too big on him like last year when he was a rookie, but throughout the season he was really good all of last season, and I think he's going to be even better this year, especially with what's around him now. Well, not there's not much around him, but they got Randall, they got Porter, they got um who's their center? Noah Clowney. Um, I mean, they have like decent players, and I really think that this year, I hope I think Demon will have the stats of an all star, but like the recognition of a bench player to me, like because especially because he's on the Nets, which is literally the worst team in the league. Um, so I think he's gonna have a great season. He was really good in the summer league along with Michael. Um, and then Cameron Carr. I didn't watch much of him, but all I know that he was really good. And yeah, that's all I really gotta say about those guys for summer league.
Um, I think I like Mikel Brown's game certainly. Um, I watched, a lot of summer league. I watched Cameron Carr. I think he's going to be a good scorer. I think he's got a good body, good athleticism. I think he can play defense at the NBA level, which is why I gotta say, like, I am one of the few, and I'm okay being wrong here because I actually hope he's very good. I wasn't really sold on Darius Acuff in the summer league. His first couple games, obviously not very efficient, and he got much better as summer league went on, and he definitely improved. I think what I saw from him in summer league was that if he has a night where he's not scoring very well, I don't know that he's doing a whole lot else on the court. And he was a very poor defender. Um, I think he is extremely talented on the offensive end and with creating his own shot. Um, I think his passing ability definitely stood out to me a little bit. I think he can continue to be a much better passer than he's given credit for. Some of the plays he made I thought were great, but I think one thing is it so much of his game was isolation, trying to score. And if you look at just the way over the past, you know, nearing a decade now, the the high usage isolation shot is a poor shot. And there's a few guys that can do it at a high level, but those are the top guys in the league. And I think, if Acuff becomes a top, 10 offensive player in the league, um, then and he earns the right to take all those tough shots, that's great. But I think if the bulk of your game is isolation scoring or trying to beat your man off the dribble, um, I do think it's going to be tougher because you're going to be, you're also on the Kings, so the other team's going to throw their best defender at you, you know, um, pretty often. And obviously the Kings want you to be the engine and their point guard of the future, and I hope he, can take the Kings out of that sort of purgatory that they find themselves in, time and time again. But I just I think he is going to need to develop the non-scoring aspects of his game to actually be um, a star in this league. Not that he can't either by any means. Like there's nothing about me that thinks he can't do that. That's just my initial thoughts on him. I think I don't think we need to talk about the top three picks as much. I think all three of them showed they're going to be good, no doubt. Debansa looked great. Peterson, Boozer, they were really good. I love Peterson's game. I think he turned the ball over a bit and he fouled a lot, but that was more so just like he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like I think when he heard he got 9 fouls, he just kind of started fouling. Like
Mhm.
and which I don't mind. He was just playing, incredibly aggressive on defense and just familiarizing himself with the league. But there's his game is just awesome to watch. And I like what the Jazz are doing in general. I think I don't want to. I'm not a huge fan of these like half decade rebuilds, that are like 7, 8 years, like even like closing in on, a decade. Um, but I do like where they're headed now. Um, in the direction that they're going in with some of their moves. And then I gotta say, like a guy that I liked watching his game was LeBaron Philon Jr. Like I really think he's going to be a good player for the Sixers. This is obviously a stacked team, so I don't know that he'll see a lot of floor minutes this season. But I do think he'll be a good player in this league, no doubt. Um, Caleb Wilson, super athletic. His shot was falling, so I'd like to continue to see how that develops over this season and whether or not he, is able to shoot that three ball at that clip consistently. I know there was a comment that he said where he was like, "Well, I wasn't told to take those shots at UNC, so I didn't take them in the few games that he did play." Um, and they were falling during summer league, and that's great. And if they can continue to do so, he's going to be excellent. Um, I think it'll be good regardless, of course, just because of his tools and his athleticism, his size, his ability to just put pressure on the defense. I also think he's a great defender as well. Um, so yeah, those are that generally my take from summer league. Uh, but I really how I feel about summer league is like unless there's anything particularly nuts, I don't read into it too much. I think the guys are getting familiar, they're getting acquainted, but like they're gonna learn so much just in like open gym practices, scrimmages, things like that. And the biggest thing I look for in summer league is like the physicality.
Mhm.
I think guards really struggle with some of the physical defense because, and there's so much of summer league is dudes who know that like, hey, I'm not trying to be the best player on the court. Like, I'm trying to be the guy who can maybe come in, play some really good defense, and hit a three in the corner because that's the role they're trying out for in the league essentially. And so everyone's picking up everyone full court trying to get in their jersey. And so I think, you can see some guards who are, smaller guards can struggle with like that uber aggressive defense. Keaton Wagler, I think, struggled with that a little bit. But I think he'll be good as well. But I just think like that's one of the biggest things is summer league. It's like some of these guys are rookies, and then some of these guys are 26, 27, 28, and they're still looking for a two-way contract and getting after it every day. And their only goal is to pick you up full court and make you lose the ball.
Mm.
So I think there's a level of adjustment there, and that's why I typically don't read too much into it. And the same thing with guys that are going off. It's like it's not going to be a guy you don't know in front of you. It's going to be it's going to be NBA defender, and if you're a good offensive player, it's going to be one of their best defenders. Um, so I'm not saying you're going to go put 50 up on Dyson Daniels, but when Daniels picks you up full court, let's see what you do then.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything that's happened over the past few weeks. Um, Now we are going to get into 82 and 0. It's a game where you get random spin and you have to just based off the spins you get one team spin and one error spin and you don't have to build the best team possible. There are certain players that give you more points than others. Um, so I will set that up in like 2 seconds. Okay. Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Oh, you know what? You probably can't see it, huh? Let me share my screen actually. If I could do that. Hold on. Yeah. Oh,
All right, yeah, I can see it.
all right. I'm gonna get that off of there though. Um, okay. I think this will work. So we're now gonna start. The 82 and 0. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward. You just gotta pick the best team possible. So we'll start our first spin here. Chicago 60s. All right. So we could spin for Era and try to get Jordan, or we
All
could
right.
spin for team and try to get Wilt.
Um, is this our first group right here?
Yeah.
So we got to choose here. Okay.
Or we could respin Era for Jordan, or we could try to get Wilt from the team.
How many respins do you get
One per, one per thing,
per position?
per Era and team.
Mm. Okay. Well, what do you want to do here? Is this like gonna be based off stats or like how they would theoretically like blend together?
It has nothing to do with how they would blend together. It's just based off of like how
Okay.
like all time ranking. To be honest, um, it's a little bit based off of stats. So we could try to get Wilt.
Either, I mean, that would be the '60s where you could switch the '60s and try to get Jordan.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever you
All
whatever
right.
you think
We'll
is
take a
here if we're going
gamble.
for
We'll
those.
take a gamble and try to get Wilt. Oh wait. Oh, we got Oscar Robertson.
There you go.
All right.
I think like
Chicago 60s again. I mean, unless we take
because
like
I feel like if I
Bob
feel
or
like what position is a power forward?
or I
I
mean
mean,
we could
that's
already
not a.
spin for Jordan.
I mean, that's not Boozer's not a bad take at power forward. I guess you
Yeah.
could look at
I
guys
mean
like
we could actually
there's
we'll put him at the 4 just because the 3 there's a lot of good players at the 3. Charlotte.
in the 20s. It's like
I mean we could only take LaMelo here, right? I mean,
you could you take him at shooting guard? Yeah.
yeah.
I thought yeah,
Right.
sure,
Well,
why not,
unless we
right?
get Wilt and like LeBron, T Mac, I don't think there's another option, right?
Yeah, or Yao at center. So T Mac's probably. I mean, T Mac was pretty nuts.
Yeah, we'll go T Mac, and then Let's see, center. I mean, unless we get alright, we're just gonna
I
restart
get
it.
AD
Well, let's
or
see,
is that
David West. Okay, we were 63 and 19.
19? I feel like this is like what is the what would make anyone better at this than anyone else?
Oh no, it's just complete luck. Like I've done it like in the first like 20 tries before, and then also
Okay.
like the other day, I took me like 100 tries.
Okay.
So we might be here for a minute.
The
Philly,
one things I do, I mean, how do you not like Embiid's like one of the best centers ever. Like,
Embiid.
yeah, like that's you know. Um, I feel like
Ooh, Dwight's pretty good. He's a good pick for this.
at the power forward, that's not bad. Sure. I have you ever played like the hoop grids?
Like immaculate grid.
Like the one where you try to like guess the like people that fit the category, but you try to get like the most random
Like,
pull.
hold on. Me too. Actually, I'm just gonna stop screen sharing for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's literally just called like hoop grids.
Whoa. All right. Like this for
Yeah,
basketball. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
We could do this
yeah. It's
instead
definitely
actually. Like something like this. Like this is
yeah.
pretty
That's
fun. I do like this game.
I like. There's so does it give you? Okay, so that says guess is left. So you just have to get like a guy who's on both.
Yeah.
If
So
you
like
go to
if we get the
the
82 and 0 pretty quickly, we could just switch over and do this.
yeah, let's do the one that's hoop grids though, not the immaculate grid, because that one will tell you how everyone else guessed. And yeah, and like
There
that
we
one,
go.
if you put one in,
Oh, there's a hint too. Look at that.
and it's like you just got to fill them in, but you got to get guys that are like
Obscure.
you know, yeah, exactly.
All right.
So that
We'll
you try to
continue
get at least. All right.
with this for now. So we have Embiid and Dwight. That's pretty good. That's a good front court. Ugh.
What?
I mean Westbrook's having a triple double.
I mean, right? Like if he's averaging a triple double,
I feel that's gotta be pretty good. Like
you
I mean
probably.
honestly, Wizards Rush was kind of nice.
I mean, what's that? I mean,
Ooh,
Oscar
oh, we
averaged
can't get
Robertson averaged a triple
Carmelo.
double as well. So it's like,
Wait, can we put Russ at the 2 and get John Stockton? No. Damn. All right, we could try to get Jordan.
yeah, that's not a terrible. It's not terrible.
Come on, Chicago. Oh, actually, Mitch Richmond isn't too
Yeah.
bad. Mitch Richmond or Chris Mullin? What are you thinking? If we're going based off of like
Mm.
stats, I think Chris Mullin just barely beats him in total
Yeah, I
stats.
mean,
We'll go Mullin. We could respin for era, and we could either
well, we
get.
got one. We got one left. There's no one I'm in love with here. So
Alright,
20s,
alright. I
yuck.
mean, Demar. Yeah, Demar is better in
Yeah,
literally every stat
yeah,
besides for rebounds, and it's only by
yeah.
one.
I mean, shit.
This might take a
Nah,
minute.
it's not.
You really like. It's hard when you don't owe KD. I feel like that's yeah. Spur Wemby.
Yeah, right. Like,
I mean, he 20, 26, 24,
well,
and
in the
11.
20, yeah, you definitely gotta. But that's my thing. It's like I feel like they're just gonna read that as like stats and not as like that's the 7'6" guy.
I think Bob McAdoo. Like Walt Frazier is probably the best like legend, but Bob McAdoo's stats are insane.
Yeah, I mean, and if that's how you if like it's just about like I feel like it's primarily probably points per game, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
Too. Like I don't
I,
know
I I
what
think
the
so far we're doing pretty good.
algorithm is.
Ooh, Jerry West. Or we
I
could move
mean,
KD to the 2 and get Elgin Baylor.
Jerry West
Oh,
is the
wait, can we get
logo,
Wilt?
right?
Oh, no, we can't get Wilt. No. Damn it.
I feel like Jerry West is the logo.
Yeah.
That's can't go
Elgin
wrong
Baylor was
there.
averaging 28 and 14. Mm,
You can go Elgin Baylor at your small forward if you like it.
yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. We just need a good point guard.
Well, you get Kevin Johnson then,
All right, well we could
which
respin
ain't
era
too
and
bad.
team. We're gonna try to get Steph. Or okay, but our
Well,
only hope here is Oscar Robertson. Oh, we got Walt Frazier. That's pretty good.
77 fives.
That's really
Yeah,
good. That was a good team.
what do
I
you?
think it is based off of total stats because that team like you put them in like
No team would ever go 82 and 0.
unless you have
Honestly,
like
I feel like
literally like
77 and 5 is probably cuz it's just not. I think you could assemble whatever team you want to assemble, and it's like some random night some team is just going to be like, yeah, we just could not miss from 3. It didn't matter
yeah,
what. We just, that's anyone can beat anyone on any given night if you're
yeah.
hot and they're cold.
All right. I mean, it's obviously between AI here and Melo. I I feel like there's more point guards that are better than. I think that there's more good point guards and more good forwards.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd put Melo at
The
the
three,
power
put
forward
the four.
spot until
Is over taking Melo?
yeah. That's yeah. We can. I mean, you could take AI, but
No, we'll take Melo.
I like Melo at the power forward spot there.
Okay, see. Oh, all right. I think we have to respin
Um.
here. I think
Yeah. If you
we could
don't.
either go for
Yeah.
Jordan or we could try to get like KD or Russ.
Well, this is what you got Gary Payton there. But it's
Yeah,
like
but he was more 2000s. Like that was his prime.
yeah, yeah. You could respin here.
Well, there's a better chance at era. Oh, okay, we got KD
There you go.
because Russ wasn't triple double yet. Okay, of course. Oh, World Be Free is honestly one of the most slept on guys in this game. Like for no reason, he has gotten me so many 82 and O's, and I don't want to respin team here
Go
because World Be
for it.
Free is really good. Unless you want to do Ron Harper.
No.
Okay, go World Be Free. I mean, Elvin Hayes isn't horrible actually
I wouldn't even mind taking a respin here.
on team. I'm trying to think what we
What
could.
are
Oh, we
we?
could
Because
get
you're in the
Kareem.
90s, right?
No, we're in 70s.
Oh, you're in the 70s. Oh, I thought you said
We could get
90s.
Kareem.
Brick.
Like Kareem and Wilt, like the only two guys that are like worth respinning for. And then any
I
guy
mean,
from the Lakers.
you could take Elvin Hayes here at
Mm.
the center
Actually,
spot.
this is pretty good so we just need a good shooting guard.
That's not too bad. I mean, you got D Book, right? That's
Or what we could do, we could try to. Oh no, we can't respin. We could try to get like who's a good shooting guard from the 2010s. I mean, we could try to get Harden, like prime Harden here.
yeah. I mean,
Or I mean,
there's a
we could
good
even
amount.
KD could even play the two. So if we get LeBron, like that, we might get 82 and 0 right here if we get LeBron.
You get Devin Harris or Joe Johnson, actually.
No, you know what?
Or
Just
you
for the,
get the ghost of Paul
I'm
Pierce.
about to say, just for the memes, we're taking Paul. Oh my, that was bad.
Uh,
What was that so?
fair.
Oh, it must have been Paul Pierce that brought that down. Because that's a really good team for, especially for this game.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Oh, Adrian Damler's really good. Let's see, Boston. I mean Havlicek. I feel like right.
Yeah.
Unless we
I
want to
mean,
do
yeah.
McAdoo.
No, I think Havlicek's a shooting
Two.
guard. Yeah, it's not bad.
AD. We could put him at the 4.
Okay.
KD could play the 2, the 3, and the 4. Toronto.
Uh,
We could respin team and try to get Curry.
Mamu. In the 20s. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys in the 20s. You could go
Here's the
team
thing.
here.
Trey. I really don't want to take Trey Young. I just
Um,
hate him.
I think you got to here
Yeah. I
though.
mean, if you think about era, the only guy that's worth it is Dominique Wilkins. Like he's actually pretty good. Um, I think we have to take Trey Young here. All right, give us Wilt, and we might actually get this. Detroit. Is there anybody worth respinning for? Billy and Beer, no. Ben
Blake Griffin
Wallace.
was.
Blake Griffin was hooping on the, and we'll just take
I
Blake
mean,
Griffin.
he
We're not getting
was.
it anyway. Damn. All right.
That's not bad.
Wasn't horrible. Karl Malone. I feel like that's the answer, right? And it's a little later in Karl Malone, but I mean he's still averaging 23 and 9 almost. Karl Malone or Carlos Boozer.
I feel like to win this game, you go
Karl
Carl
Malone.
Malone.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I mean Shea.
Shea,
Take Kemba Walker.
definitely Shea.
When was Kemba on OKC? Averaging 20.
Um, well, Kemba was on the uh the Bobcats
Yeah, but this is OKC in the 20s.
in 20. Yeah, that's odd actually.
We'll just take Shea. I feel
That
like
doesn't make sense.
Shea's MVP. I feel like that's pretty good. LeBron.
Oh, there you go. There we
I
go.
mean that's he could play every position, which is crazy. Utah again. We could spin team. Trying to think. We could possibly get Shaq or Kobe.
Um, yeah, I'd like a respin here.
We could respin
Get
Arrow and try to.
Z.
We could try to get Kyrie or Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and then we're just
All
yeah,
right,
and then we go
come on, give us
whatever on
something
our
good.
last one.
Oh,
We get
we could take Sean Clump.
Big Z, but I guess Brad Doherty is technically
Brad
better in this
Doherty.
situation. But
Yeah, he's
Sean
better
Kemp,
overall.
yeah, I guess he is. Fuck, whatever.
Damn. Okay, well, Boston to the Paul Pierce. Yeah.
That's got to be well. Okay, yeah, that's cap. That's so ridiculous. Like that doesn't make any sense.
All right, I feel like we have to do Arrow right. Try to get Jordan.
Yeah, it's not bad. I feel like they
Unless we
need
take like
to
Bob Love or Artis
improve
Gilmore.
the algorithm here.
I'm just gonna respin for Jordan. Oh, but, I mean, we
Go
could get
for
Derrick
Jordan.
Rose. It's not prime D Rose, but I
Yeah,
mean, it's still
but
Derrick
it's
Rose.
he's there.
I feel like this round should be like so we've gone off of stats. I feel like now we should just go off of like
Who's the
legacy.
better Rose, Jalen or Derek?
Honestly, it's Jalen Rose by like one total point. Yeah, we'll go Jalen. But if we get 2010s Bulls, that's when you take D Rose. T Mac, I mean, T Mac was averaging 28, 7, and 5. Right? T Mac at the 2. Oh, we got Kareem. Let's go. Okay, we just need okay, Atlanta Dominique Wilkins. This might be the one. If we just get a good power forward. Okay. Oh,
Do we have a respin?
we have a team respin, but I'm trying to think power forward from the 70s. That would be good. Better than Spencer Hayward, because actually Spencer Hayward's pretty good. I'm trying to think better than Spencer Hayward.
He was averaging 25 and 12. I mean, 25 and 12. You're not
I
gonna
mean, I'm trying to think like maybe Kevin McHale or Larry. No, Larry Bird wasn't hooping right now.
in
Maybe
the
like Kevin
70s.
McHale, but I don't think they're gonna be better than Spencer Haywood. Haywood, he was pretty good. We'll take Spence. This is gonna probably be our one. Yeah, that's a really good one. All
That's
right.
good.
I think if we just had a better point guard, that might be 82 and 0. I think that's really what it came down to was Jalen Rose there.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Well, okay, meet Larry Bird. I feel like it's Bird and McHale. I mean,
I'd
Larry
go
Bird.
Bird.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, we can't. I mean, Donovan
Go.
Mitchell's hooping.
Yeah, that's a
Donovan Mitchell.
at the shooting guard probably. I would say
Or we could
Chris
put,
Webber.
or we could move Spider to 2 and put Richmond at the 2. Unless you want Chris Webber.
No, I don't. I mean, I think like Chris.
If we're going based
I
off like
don't know.
stats, like total amount of stats, it's Chris Webber by like a lot. We'll
I
we'll
don't know. It's
we'll take
it's. I
Chris.
think Chris Webber's better, but like
Yeah, we'll take
that's
Chris
kind of my
Webber.
thing. Is I feel like sometimes like it's
Oh, AI. Let's go. He's
removed the
pretty good for
like.
this one too. Oh, LeBron could play center. Wait, this might be it.
He
Because LeBron
can.
could play center.
I feel like what do you? I
Oh,
don't know. I feel
I
like
think
this
it's a
game is
hundred and
lacking.
so see like how it says A plus historic. I think next to it, if it's 105 points or higher, I think that's the this 82 and up. Oh, how?
How,
LeBron was averaging 20. I mean, I feel like it's either Donovan Mitchell or Chris Webber that kind of. I mean, because Larry Bird, Allen Iverson, and LeBron are. I mean, ridiculous.
yeah, I don't really know how what. How do you?
Let's
I feel like the
we'll give this like
calculations.
4 more. Oh, Lakers
This
90.
will probably be my last one before I gotta head off.
Do you want to do hoop grids after it or no?
I think we should do the hoop grid next time.
All right, Spencer Haywood again.
Can I mean his stats are good.
All right, Shaq and Spencer Haywood. Washington. Moses Malone's like the best guy there. We could do team and try to get Jordan.
Yeah, you could try to
Come
respin
on, let's
one
get
here.
Chicago. Oh, Chuck. Oh no, we can't even get Chuck because he plays the 4 and 5. Oh,
Guess you go Eddie Johnson here,
yeah.
maybe the shooting guard.
Yeah, we don't have another choice, I don't think. Because I don't want to respin ever yet. Oh, KD. Oh, Curry. Wait, this might be pretty good.
There's zero chance that team is going 65. What are we talking about?
I mean, honestly, it's not
We saw a
prime
team
Curry.
similar to this go 73 and 9.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what they have that was different. They had that was
Well, I
better.
mean,
I think they had a better. I mean, Clay was better than AD
Draymond
Johnson, and I think that's it.
and Clay.
I feel like Clay is better than AD Johnson. I think Spencer Haywood's better than Draymond.
Interesting. I don't see. Yeah,
You
I
want to
don't
do one
know.
more?
I
I
don't
ended
see
here.
that. Yeah, sure. We can do one more.
All right, come on. This is it. 82 and 0.
Well, there you go.
Okay, this is the one. If we're gonna get 82 and 0, this is it. Houston,
Houston
Elvin Hayes.
Sixers.
Holy, we might actually do this. Come on, last attempt. Just give us some.
Two
Oh wait, do we
thousands.
want AI or Mello?
I think you go AI.
All right.
I because well, I don't know. Is it only about I would go AI. I'd go
Let's
AI.
go AI. This might be the one. We could do it right here, right now. We got Jordan.
There you go.
All right. I mean, if we don't get 82-0 on this, I don't even know. Let me get LeBron.
It's
Oh no,
Braun or
Luca's better.
Luca.
Luca's better. All right. Then this has to be 82-0, right?
There you go. There you go.
All right. I mean, that was. I mean, I can't imagine a line getting better than that based off our
Yeah,
luck. And we didn't
that's
have
what
to
I was
respin
saying. I was
anything.
like, no.
Let's
I well,
go.
and that's what I'm saying. I was like, I feel like there's like, four or five total lineups that are like
Yeah,
82 and
we had
0.
120 points. That's pretty crazy. That was a good lineup.
Yeah,
All right, so
it
I
was.
think next week we'll do hoops grids, or whenever I get back, we'll do
Yeah,
hoops grids, and then oh, let me stop screen sharing. That's not fun to look at. Can I please stop screen sharing? The hell? Oh, there we go. Okay. Um, so we're gonna end it here. This was I think episode 6, I believe. Um, I'm going on vacation, so I mean, I think we'll probably get back like second week of August for episode 7, and then I got school, so it's gonna be a
sweet.
little harder to keep up with that. But well, I mean, I'm usually free during the week, so I think we're gonna end it here. This was episode 6, and next time we do one, we'll be doing hoops grids, and hopefully there'll be some more free agent stuff or trades or whatever. Hopefully we'll get something about James Harden. Um,
Yeah,
so
would be
yeah,
nice to see.
yeah. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.